It's February 1945. London is still standing. The Luftwaffe is gone. Hitler is cornered. And inside the British Treasury, something far more dangerous than bombs has just hit. Britain has run out of money. Not low on cash, not tight budget, completely broke. And here's the uncomfortable part. Britain didn't lose the war, it helped win it. This is the day Britain went broke without losing, and why that moment quietly reshaped the global financial order we still live inside today. Pause for a second and ask yourself why this matters now. Because modern nations don't collapse when armies lose. They collapse when the money stops flowing. And Britain was the first great power to learn that lesson the hard way. Let's rewind. In 1939, Britain enters World War II as the world's largest empire. It controls trade routes, colonies, and the most respected financial system on Earth. London is still the world's banker. But war doesn't care about reputation. From day one, Britain is buying everything: food, oil, steel, aircraft, weapons, and most of it comes from one place: the United States. Here's the simple rule of global trade in 1939. You don't pay with promises, you pay with gold or dollars. Britain starts the war with both, and then it starts burning through them. Every month of war is a giant shopping bill. Every convoy sunk is money gone forever. Every bombed factory is lost income. By 1940, Britain is selling assets just to stay alive. Foreign investments, railways, companies, even shares in American businesses. Imagine pawning your house to buy groceries. That's where Britain is. Then comes 1941. Britain's gold reserves are almost gone. This is the moment when the war should financially end for Britain. Instead, something unprecedented happens. The United States steps in with Lend-Lease. On paper, it sounds generous. America will supply Britain with weapons and goods now, payment can come later. In reality, it's survival with strings. Britain keeps fighting, factories keep producing, ships keep sailing, but the bill doesn't disappear, it just moves to the future. Fast forward to 1944. The Allies are winning, Normandy has happened, victory feels inevitable. And that's when the illusion breaks. In August 1944, delegates meet at Bretton Woods. This is where the post-war financial system is being designed. Britain walks into the room exhausted, financially hollowed out, quietly desperate. The numbers are brutal. Before the war, Britain held about 2,000 tons of gold. By 1945, most of it is gone. Dollar reserves? Nearly zero. At the same time, Britain owes massive debts to its colonies, especially India, through something called sterling balances. Money Britain promised to pay later. Money it doesn't have. Then comes the real shock. In September 1945, just weeks after the war ends, the United States abruptly ends Lend-Lease. No transition, no grace period. One day supplies are flowing, the next day the tap is shut. Britain receives a cable from Washington: pay in dollars or stop buying. This is the day Britain goes broke. The war is over, the enemy is defeated, and Britain cannot afford food imports. Bread, fuel, basic survival. Inside Whitehall, officials realize something terrifying. The empire won the war, but lost the balance sheet. Here's the uncomfortable math. Britain's economy is shattered, exports are weak, infrastructure is damaged, and the country needs dollars to buy essentials. But the world now runs on dollars, and Britain doesn't earn them fast enough. So Britain does what great powers hate doing: it begs. In 1945, Britain negotiates a $3.75 billion loan from the United States at interest. Not aid, a loan. This becomes the Anglo-American Loan Agreement. The irony is sharp. Britain helped save Europe, and now it's borrowing money to feed itself. Even worse, the loan comes with conditions. Britain must make the pound convertible to dollars, which means anyone holding pounds can demand dollars in exchange. It sounds fair. It's financially lethal. Within weeks, dollars flood out of Britain. Reserves collapse again. Convertibility is suspended. the system fails almost instantly. This is the moment Britain stopped being the financial center of the world. Not with a speech, not with a surrender, but with an empty account. Zoom out, and the contrast is striking. The war creates two winners. One is militarily exhausted, the other is financially dominant. America ends the war with over half the world's gold, its factories untouched, its currency now the backbone of global trade. Britain ends the war victorious and dependent. The empire doesn't collapse overnight, but the direction is set. India gains independence in 1947. Colonies follow. The pound slowly loses its status, not because Britain forgot how to rule, but because it could no longer afford to. This is the quiet truth we don't talk about. Wars aren't decided only on battlefields. They're decided in ledgers. Britain proved you can win a war and still lose your financial sovereignty. And that leaves us with a question that still matters today. If a global power can defeat its enemy, but bankrupt itself in the process, what does winning actually mean? Because the next time a nation tells you victory is guaranteed, check who's paying the bill.